your if your relative, your friend is here, just tell them to say hello. Or if you have any other external person, if you're joining from School of Product or from School of Data, say hello. But yeah, it's so nice to have you guys here. Oh, okay. I see a friend of. Okay, I see Adobe's friend. I see our instructor Shitemi is here. Okay, somebody else from the School of Engineering. Amazing, amazing, amazing. That's amazing. Oh, we also have friends. Oh, this is amazing, amazing. You guys did so well to invite your friends to celebrate this milestone with you. That's nice. I mean, keep it coming. Let us keep knowing. You know, if you have your family around, if you have any moms around, any daddies around, uncles, aunties, it's fine. But hello, um, welcome everybody to All School Africa School of Engineering graduation. Um, we are so grateful that all of you could join us today to celebrate this memorable and iconic moment. We call it iconic because this is the first ever graduation at All School Africa, because you guys are the first set of students since we launched All School Africa. How do we call you guys? How do we call people that are the first of everything? How do we call first of everything? How do we call them? Let me see in the chat. Are you guys trailblazers? I don't want to call you guys first ones. There's a name. Pesetas. Okay. I feel like there's a name. Oh, pioneers. Amazing. Yeah, pioneers. So you guys are the pioneers of All School Africa. I mean, every time people speak about All School Africa, you are the first people that we're going to think about, because you're the ones setting the standard. You know, you set up everything. You set up the pace for other people that are following behind you, and it's amazing that we have actually gotten to this point, and we are so glad to be here. And we're also grateful to every other person. If you're a friend to an All Schooler, if you're a mom to an All Schooler, if you're a relative to an All Schooler, we are so glad that you could join us today in our graduation ceremony. I don't know if we have members of the All School Africa team, you know, joining as well. If you're here, please say hello in the comment. We would love to see you as well. But all in all, we are so glad that everybody could, you know, make it here. My name is Tabitha Kavi, for those who do not know me, and I am going to be your host today alongside my partner, the one and only Jerry. So Jerry, if you could come on stage.
I'm wondering if that my question was perfect, like the way I just came on screen. Hi guys, really good to be here. Tabby, I was thinking. I mean, I remember when we started this about a year ago, over a year ago actually, and it's good to be here. Tabby, how come you're wearing my shirt? What's happening?
Iconic duo.
Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, I see Dr. Ademola here. I see Sultan. I'm seeing Adiwali. Adiwali is already asking was the orange plant. I don't know. It just kind of happened, you know. Yeah, but it's so amazing to have you guys here. It's amazing to see part of our teammates also here. And we are grateful once again. I mean, I can't really get tired of saying how grateful we are. So before we actually get into the business of today, I would like us to do a simple icebreaker. You guys are familiar with Slido, right? So just a little icebreaker to just get us in the mood, know how we are feeling, you know, how are you feeling today? I mean, I'm super excited. I really can't hold my excitement, you know. And yeah, and I forgot to add, because I know that we have a diverse audience. I'm joining in from Nairobi, Kenya. I know Jerry is joining in from Nigeria. I don't know where you're joining us from. You can also let us know in the chat where you're joining us from. I know there are people from the US joining us. But let me just share my screen and then we get this started. Just give me a minute. All right. Oh, we have somebody joining from China. Interesting. Wow. Hello. Oh, Sweden. Somebody from Sweden. Netherlands. Amazing. 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 I mean, I don't know. Good morning. Good afternoon. Yeah. So we want to know how you're feeling today. It's graduation day. I mean, we could see the noise on Twitter. I told you guys, let's break Twitter today. Let's trend. And you guys really understood the assignment. And we appreciate you guys for what you have been doing. So let us know how you're feeling. So I don't want you guys to let me know in the chat section. I want you guys to let me know on Slido. So just go to slido.com, and then use the code graduation to join in. And let us know how you're feeling. Yeah, so I'm just going to give you guys a few moments or minutes. Yeah, just go to, let me just type this on the chat. Oh, somebody is joining from Austin. Who is that? It's like Adiwale. Side.do or side.com. I don't know that works. Yeah, so go to side.com and then, use the hashtag graduation to join. And then let us know how you're feeling. I want to see feelings, oh, delighted. Somebody's delighted. Let's keep it coming, guys. Someone is feeling graduation, someone is feeling amazing. Oh, I see somebody from UK. Amazing. I don't know what funky means though, but amazing, amazing, amazing. I mean, I didn't ask you, my dear co-host. How are you feeling today, Jerry?
What's the word? I mean, I'm excited to be here, but I mean, that thing when you're finally leaving a place or parting with people that you feel like you've shared, some very interesting times with. So yeah, but yeah, all together, it's really good to be here. How about you? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling I thought at first that I'm going to feel sad, but I'm not feeling sad. I'm actually happy. I can't contain the excitement. Yeah, so I'm particularly happy, that these guys have actually gotten to this point. Like you said, from the first day we had a session together to this point. I mean, we've seen them complaining, we've seen them struggling, crying. Cloud people, hello. We know how you guys are complaining a lot, and it's even amazing that these guys didn't even know. There are guys that didn't even know how to code, but these guys are now building amazing projects. We had different days over the week where people are able to showcase their projects. And it was just amazing to see that you people are now like who taught you guys? Who taught you how to do things like this? So it's really amazing, and I'm really proud. I'm not particularly sad because we are still going to be with you guys. We are releasing you, but again, we have the alumni community coming up, so you guys are still going to be part of us. You're still going to be part of the Austin community, so you're not going anywhere, right? Yeah. So I'm happy to see how all of you are feeling. I'm seeing people saying they're feeling emotional, others are feeling indifferent. Why are you feeling indifferent? Emotional. I feel good. I'm excited. I've been crying tears. I'm tears of joy, I suppose. Let me see. Spider-Man. I don't know what the feeling is. So proud of everyone. Oh, that Ray. Is that Ray Rachel? Rachel said she's proud of you guys. I'm assuming that's our Rachel. Happy, wonderful. Okay, it's amazing. I mean, you guys can keep on, sharing how you guys are feeling. And I think I also saw a comment. Someone says congratulations to the son. So once again, to the family members that are present today, thank you so much for taking our time to come and join us to celebrate this auspicious moment with us. We are grateful that you're able to come in. And congratulations, guys, for making your parents proud of you. Yeah. Yeah. So I think at this particular point in time, this is over. Like, I'm going to allow you guys to continue, sharing your feelings and your emotions. And we're gonna share this. But let me hand over to, my co-host Jerry. I think he has been cooking something and he wants to show us. So over to you, Jerry.
Thank you, Tabi. Once again, thank you to everyone for joining us today. It's been quite an interesting 12 to 14 months. But yeah, it's definitely good to be here. What Tabi says I've been cooking is a very short video that we put together for you. So I'm going to be sharing that right away. Okay, so before I play this video, let me know if you can see my screen. Can I get a yes one more time in the comments?
Hey, old schooler.
Hello, our school class of 2023.
Hey, old scholars. I would say a big thank you to you for making it to this point of the program.
When you guys first joined us, I'm sure some of you had not written any line of code before. But today, look at you, all school graduates. Awesome stuff.
You've come a long way. Thank you for making it this far.
I know that it's been quite taxing
from our first onboarding session, the series of classes we've had,
assessments, workshops,
to your capstone project.
And today you graduate, and for that, I want to say a very big congratulations once again.
You are proof that consistency and grit produces excellent results.
Personally, I am honored to be part of your success story.
Your process of becoming is finally complete.
and you deserve every great thing that's coming your way.
You're ready to go now. Nothing can stop you. It's time for your next step.
And you have your whole career ahead of you.
One thing I will leave you guys with is so
for the ability to believe in yourself that anything that you set out to do or to achieve, that you can actually follow through and achieve it.
This is just the beginning, and there's so much more for you to scratch from this stuff.
We're always going to be here to cheer for you.
Today and always, may the force be with you.
Good luck and see you at the top.
Congratulations and good luck. Bye.
Okay, back to me. Or rather, back to us. Otabi, is that you?
Yeah, that's me. I'm here. Thank you so much for, organizing the whole video. I think it's quite emotional. And I think the video just prompted me to ask, if you're an alt schooler, you should be able to know this. So where is the famous "May the force be with you" coming from? So who comes to your mind when you see that or you hear that statement? Please let us know in the chat. Oh my God, if Rachel sees how you guys are pronouncing her name, oh my God. Well, they are murdering your name. They're butchering your name, Rachel, please. But yeah, thank you so much, Rachel, for the iconic "May the force be with you." I think every time we hear it, we forget about Star Wars, and now we're like, just think, oh, Rachel told us "May the force be with you." There's something else that you guys heard when you started, right? And I don't know who did take the flight thing. I don't know. I think I remember Adewale. I've already given you guys the hint because I remember his video. I don't know if you guys remember his video. Does anyone remember anything that he said in that first video you watched? Adewale, the video that he did for you guys. I mean, it was amazing. The whole setup. Who remembers? I think I'm gonna have a gift for anybody that remembers what he said. And if you guys only remember Rachel, Adewale is looking at you guys and like, oh wow. He said, "Go at class." Jay, are you raising your hand? Okay, maybe you can give us the clue.
Anyway. I also answer.
Okay. Okay, please go ahead. Give us the answer.
Nah, I think that would be too easy. Let's give it to our people. Someone said, "Let's make magic."
Okay. I mean, Adewale is famous for saying "let's make magic." So,
don't you think?
Yeah.
Very sure that he said "let's make magic" in that video. I'm so sure.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious. I feel like I would have loved to hear something different that he said. But anyway, you guys go back and watch your video and then come back and let us know what he said. But yeah, so thank you so much, Jerry, for the video once again and for the icebreaker. And so on today's agenda, I'm not going to tell you what we have planned for you. So every other thing that we're going to be having today is going to be a surprise for you guys. And for the first surprise that we have a guest speaker, a keynote speaker that is going to be speaking to you guys. I mean, you guys are ready to go out there. So this is somebody that has experience, in the software engineering space. You've probably seen him at conferences speaking. You've probably seen him on Twitter tweeting. You probably know the company he works for. Do you guys get where I'm going? Can you guess who this person is? Can you guess? So basically, he's a writer, he's a software engineer, is he a founder, co-founder, a CTO?
There's other hint. He has Sabinus on his Twitter DP.
And then I think he's famous for something else. He's famous for a particular phrase as well. I think we have so many phrases going around. And I think it's also part of what we always say at All School Africa, saying that we are, training world-class engineers. I think Prosper. Oh, I sold out his name. I sold out his name. Yeah, I mean, he likes to say, how do you call it? A new day, another opportunity to be world class. Okay, you guys already guessed it right. So, guys, we are honored to have Prosper here with us today. Yeah, I can't keep a secret. And yeah, let me just add him on stage. We're just going to hear from him for a few minutes. I saw the sweet message he coined for you guys on Twitter. If you guys saw it, I think it was amazing. And it's also an honor to have you here. So I'm not going to introduce him. I'm going to allow him to introduce himself because, I just can't. His shoes are too big for me to even, Prosper, hello. Welcome to All School Africa graduation. We are so honored to have you here. I think we leave the stage for you.
Yeah, of course. We have to leave the stage for.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah,
yes.
We can. Yeah, we can.
Hi, everybody. Really nice to be here. Thank you very much, Tabitha. Thank you very much, Jerry. Really appreciate bringing me here to speak to these our awesome graduating students. And this is very emotional for me because many of you here already knew about Andela, almost have heard about Andela. Anytime I think about old school, I remember the early days of Andela and what Andela 2 was doing to produce graduates of software engineering. And when I look at the people that graduated from Andela back then, and I look at where they are right now, many of them are CTOs, many of them are founded companies, many of them work remotely. They are really doing very well for themselves. And this is like what 4, 5, 6 years after. I was in Andela from 2014 to 2016, which is about how many years ago now? That's like almost 7, 8 years ago. So this is bringing fresh memories to seeing, new set of people graduate here from old school. And then I'm just thinking of all the opportunities that abound in the future and how 5 years from now, I'll also be talking with you guys, or we'll be exchanging investment opportunities on WhatsApp. I'm talking about like, oh, hey, I'm going to be at the conference. Are you going to be here? So, I'm going to meet you in Portugal. I'm going to meet you in San Francisco. And that's the future of, what we are experiencing here right now. So when I was talking to Tabitha, I told her I don't know what to talk about because there's so many things to talk about, for such an awesome, ceremony like this. So first of all, congratulations to everybody that's graduating right now. Like, huge congratulations. And I'm even more than excited because I remember when old school started, I remember when I was talking to Wale, I also remember, being one of the early investors too. So seeing how it has grown right now and seeing all these people is just like dreams come true, basically. So I'll just be talking about something for the next 10 minutes, and it's called building blocks for a successful tech career, right? Building blocks for a successful tech career. And I'll just highlight on 3 points, maybe 4, that you should just be very aware of as you're graduating because you are going to really need them. I was talking to somebody the other day that was in school, and the person was telling me, oh, the school is so stressful. They can't wait to be done with school. And I was just looking at the person, I was just smiling. I was like, what? You mean school is very stressful right now? Oh my God. I don't know what to tell you because it's not going to get easier. All right? Like, school was the easiest part of your journey. Learning right now at old school was the easiest part, right? Because now when you enter the real world, the world of opportunities and careers is going to be 10 times more difficult. So I'm not going to tell you that it's going to be easy, but these points I'm going to share with you will help you to become stronger so that you can, successfully go through all the different life stages that will happen as you grow in your career. Hey, I've seen some people already saying, Jesus, don't worry, don't be scared. Don't be scared. One of the ways to combat things like this is look at somebody that's gone ahead of you and say, if this person can go through these things, it means I can go through it. That's all. So number 1, in fact, if you check my Twitter bio, this is what is on my Twitter bio. Number 1, stay hungry and stay foolish. I need you to write that down somewhere. Maybe write it down in your notes or write it down in your slides. Stay hungry, stay foolish, right? And I'm saying that because one of the ways to survive in this information age is if you are always very hungry for knowledge, right? There is never a point where you get to and say you have arrived. Like, oh, I'm a very good backend developer now. There's nothing you want to tell me about backend that I don't know. Or, oh, there's nothing you want to tell me about frontend, I don't know, right? Or there's nothing you want to tell me about DevOps. So if you're very hungry for knowledge, I tell you, for every opportunity that you have, like if you have decided that backend is where you want to focus, right, you're going to understand that for you to be able to go from being a junior developer to a mid-level, to a senior, to a tech lead, you have to be hungry for knowledge. Every day you wake up, you're like, okay, what do I not know now? Or what are the things I know? These things that I know, how deep do I know them, right? So you always have to be hungry for knowledge. The moment it feels like you stop learning, the moment you're going to be left behind, right? It's a popular saying in Nigeria where they say, you're a muma, you know? I don't want you to be a muman because the moment you stop learning, you become a muman, right? So you need to be hungry. Like, hats or we say sakpa. For the non-Nigerians here, sakpa means when you're hungry, like you're literally hungry and suffering. So I need you to be in that perpetual state, right, of hunger. No matter how much money you make, no matter which level you get to, no matter what level of promotion you have gotten in that company, if you get promoted to a senior developer, don't say, oh, I have landed, like, I'm okay, I can relax now. Because you know what? Especially for many of you that have done JavaScript, you can see how fast the JavaScript ecosystem moves. It's very fast, right? Today you're using Webpack, tomorrow somebody is talking about Vite, right? No longer Webpack. Today you're using a rollup, tomorrow somebody is talking about Bone as the bundler. Today you're using Vue, tomorrow somebody is talking about Servant, right? Like everything keeps changing. Everything keeps changing. So you need to be hungry. And when I say stay foolish, is because it is only a foolish person, somebody that agrees that is foolish, that is able to gain wisdom from their friends or people around them, right? I've met people that once you get into a gathering with them, they always want to be the person that is talking. They always want to be the center of attraction and attention because they're always talking. And one thing I've noticed that if you're always talking and giving, then it simply means there's little that you're assimilating. And when you're assimilating little, you will say everything that you know. And there will be nothing more again to talk about unless you're re-echoing the same thing. But when you listen, right, when you're always foolish and say, you know what, I don't really know what this person is talking about, but I think I know, but maybe I don't know. Let me hear from his perspective. You discover that at the end of the day, you have at least 5 perspectives and then you can merge them into one, have more knowledge than even the person that is talking. So that's number 1. Always stay hungry, stay foolish. Number 2, I'm sorry, I wrote them down somewhere. Let me just quickly check. I hope I've not forgotten. Okay, so number 2 is be radically curious. Be very curious, right? You know what they say? They say curiosity kills the cat, right? But in the tech world, for you to be able to go find your career, number 2 is you need to be radically curious. And I'll give you examples of being radically curious, right? I like to use examples of my life, you know, or things I've gone through so that you understand, right? A very good example would be in 2016, I was at Andela, 2014, 2015. So I was teaching all these people, right? The same way you had instructors at old school, right? I was teaching these people how to learn software. And it got to a point where like I already knew a lot of things and it felt like I was not learning something new. And I was like, you know what? I need to learn something. I have been using Laravel for the past many years now, but I need to know how Laravel is built, right? I need to understand the building blocks. How did this framework come to be? I want to expand my knowledge. So you know what I did? I went to GitHub and I started trying to read the Laravel source code. So every day I will go to the Laravel source code, I'll read about it, you know, and just 1, 2, 3 months of reading about the source code. Initially, I didn't understand, right? It's like, I was like, man, these things are too advanced for me. Then I started discovering different concepts like metaprogramming, right? Concepts like dependency injection. I knew dependency injection, but there was a way the IOC container was in Laravel that it blew my mind. I was like, wow. Then you know what happened? I became curious to the point where I said, you know what, I'm going to create a small version of a framework that looks like Laravel. So I started learning, and I was able to create something that looked like Laravel, like a tiny version. And that alone opened my mind to the possibilities of PHP and what I could do with it, right? And it was because I was curious. Because I was curious, I was like, you know what? Since I've learned it, let me even try to contribute. And I started trying. Even though I didn't get my contributions in, there was a time that I made one contribution and they accepted it, and I was so happy. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to stop there. Maybe I can start building my own packages, right? So I started building Laravel packages on GitHub because I was curious. I wanted to know more about the open source space. I wanted to know more about these packages that we all use. You know, some of you, I mean, you guys have gone through this training and everything. I'm sure many of you use NPM packages. You use packages on the front end, like you're using packages to do your work, right? Be curious enough to go one step further and say, how are these packages being made? How can I make my own package? How can I contribute? And I did that. And guess what? Because I was curious enough to understand how this thing works, it blew my career because I started making packages. That was when Paystack came out. I built the first PHP package for Paystack. It was the Laravel Paystack package, right? In fact, before Paystack built their PHP library, I had a library for them. And it's so funny. It's been so many years I built that package, and I've just been updating it, you know, a few times a year. And right now, it's still one of the most used packages, you know, of one of the packages I've built. In fact, the Paystack team still reaches out to me and say, "Hey, Prosper, please help us update this package to the latest version. Help us update it." You know, because a lot of people started using it. In fact, people email me and say, "Hey, my developer is not around. How do I do this?" Right? And that's because I was able to build that on curiosity. I went ahead and did something else again. I built the Laravel Hackathon Starter. From there, I was like, that's not enough. I went ahead and built the Cloudinary Laravel package. Now, there's really somebody within the PHP ecosystem that when they use the packages, they don't use one of my packages. Why? Because I was curious, right? I was very curious. And one thing I've learned about curiosity as an engineer is whatever platform that you're working on, right? Tell yourself that I want to go one step further to learn the depth of this platform. So if you're a front-end developer, for example, right, you have been building front-end, I need you to tell yourself, how does the JavaScript, how does the Chrome browser engine work? How does it work to process the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? How does performance work? What builds the Chromium engine to enable you to run the JavaScripts that you run? If you're working on the backend, ask yourself, I'm using Node.js. How does Node.js work? You know, behind the scenes, right? How does the database work? If you're using MySQL, right? Go into MySQL and say, how does bin log work, for example? How does data capture work, right? That's what curiosity is about. Take one step outside of the knowledge that you know. Go one step deeper. I'll give you another practical example, right? This is Malta Guinness here, right? What we know how to do is to drink it. We are not curious about what is in the container. But one of the ways to become a great developer or to succeed in your tech career is that when you take this Malta Guinness bottle, you need to ask yourself, what are the constituents of this bottle? How does it work? How is it being processed? You might not even need the knowledge right now, but I tell you, going back and forth to understand how this curiosity is, how this stuff works, will enable you to understand how this thing was made. Now, even if you don't get the complete details, the fact that you have gone back and forth, it will help you, one, in research. Number two, it will also help you to understand things that you do not know. So tomorrow, when somebody else says, hey, you know what? We are trying to build something. We are trying to create a new business like Malta Guinness. You know Malta Guinness, but we are trying to build a better version. Because you understand how it works behind the hood, you'll be able to offer more insights than somebody else that just knows how to drink Malta Guinness. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's the curious people also that also go ahead to start companies because they're like, you know what? I don't like the way this thing is. Maybe I can build a better version. I'll give you another example of curiosity. In 2019, I was just on my own, right? I was working for a company called Zeit. That's the company you people all know as Vassell now. Vassell was still very young. And my co-founder, Nad, came to me. I was like, you know what? I'm leaving Andela. I need us to start a company. This is the company. The idea of the company is Eden, right? Nobody, right now, as a remote workers, we always try to buy food from different places. We don't know where to, do our laundry. You have to walk so many distance, go there, wait, then also cleaning of the house. What if we have a service that can do all of these things in one? You just pay a particular amount of money every month, and then they deliver these goods and services to you. And initially, I was against it because I was like, you know what? One of the perks of being a founder is that you're going to be poor for a long time. And I did not sign up for poverty. But when I went back and I thought about it, I was like, okay, this is actually making sense. And we went back to the drawing board. And it was curiosity. We're looking at how many companies right now, does this in Africa? How many do this right now in Nigeria? No. So we are going to be the first of its kind to do something like that. And boom, we started the company. It's been 4 years, over 4 years of running Indian, and it's really been a great experience. So there are so many examples I can give right now about curiosity, but I want you to know, number one, stay hungry, stay foolish. Number two, be radically curious. The name of the company is Eden Life. So I am the CTO of Eden Life right now. So you can Google it. Eden Life is in Lagos and it's in Nairobi. So for people in Kenya, you know about Eden Life. If you're in Lagos, you know about Eden Life. And then we are trying to also, of course, the future of Eden Life is to expand to other places like South Africa, Egypt, and the rest. But you understand the gist of what I'm trying to say. So number three is consistently punch above your weight. I don't know if you got that. Consistently punch above your weight. And I am saying this because when you get to the workplace, the people that become the endearing ones are the people that always want to do more than what they have been given. I'll give you an example, right? The people, again, I'll say it again, the people, exactly, somebody said in the comment, do waiting past your power. That's pidgin in English, but it simply means if you have been given a tax, right? Maybe this is the tax they gave you, right? When you are done with your tax, take another tax like this. This is a laptop. Go ahead and start doing something like this. I need you to move from this to this. Now, it might not make sense, but it will make sense for you. It will make sense later in the future. And the reason why I say this is because the people that get promoted very fast, the people that become friends of the CEO, the CTO, the people that people always recommend, the people that people will fight tooth and nail to stay within their company are people that consistently punch above your weight. So yes, of course, you're a recent graduate of old school. You're an intern. You get into a company as an intern. I want to tell you right now that when you get into a company as an intern, don't be lax. Don't say, oh, I'm an intern. What do I know? What can I do? I tell you, you're going to be an intern for the longest time. You're probably going to be an intern for 2 years. You're going to break the Guinness Book of Record for the longest intern ever. That's how you're going to be. Because consistently, you're just going to say, oh, I'm an intern. I cannot do anything. But you know how you're going to progress from being an intern to maybe a junior or a mid-level developer. You're going to take the tasks that have been given to you. You are going to complete it. And then you're going to go to the drawing board. You're going to go to the Jira or whatever you guys are using and say, you know what task can I take here? Or you're going to meet someone in the company and say, hey, I'm done with my tasks. I'm looking for more responsibility. Can I help out with this? Can I do this? Sometimes don't even ask. Just go ahead and do it. Some people always say, you know what, I'm afraid, I don't know if, they will be angry if I do this or not, or they will think I am doing too much. I'm telling you, it is easier for you to go ahead and do something and seek for forgiveness than to always ask for permission all the time. Because you know what? If you're always waiting to ask for permission, you might never get that permission. But if you go ahead and do it and come back and say, oh yeah, you don't catch me, I'm sorry I did it, it's easier and better. So, again, like I say, consistently punch above your weight. Be the person that people come and say, you have done this already. And you put up your hands and say, you don't catch me. Oh yeah, you don't catch me. Yes, I did it. I did that. I finished this thing. People will consistently be impressed, right? People will want to give you more opportunities. And let me just bust your bubble. It's not going to be easy because the reward for hard work is more work. Let me just quickly say it now so that you not see Prosper has put me in trouble. I'm going to give you a disclaimer now. Disclaimer. When you go ahead and consistently punch above your weight, they are going to give you more work. But let me tell you, I've not seen hard work that has killed anybody before. It will not kill you. As long as you go ahead and as long as you exercise, right? You exercise and make sure you're not sitting in one place all day. Hard work will always make you stronger. We can complain. Sometimes I go on Twitter, I'm just like, my God, this work is too much. Because I wake up in the morning, I'm a CTO, I am running engineering sprints as the head of the engineering, I am dealing with issues as a co-founder, I'm dealing, talking with investors, I am hiring people, I'm managing a company where there are almost 100 employees. I'm also an investor. I'm talking with fund managers. I'm talking with these people. I'm giving them advice. I'm going to conferences too. I'm doing DevRel. It can be a lot, right? But you know what? I would rather be doing that than be idle, right? Because guess what? All those things I do every day keeps my brain sharp. It keeps my brain sharp because I am knowledgeable about so many things now. I'm knowledgeable about software. I'm knowledgeable about investment. I'm knowledgeable about finance. I'm knowledgeable about starting companies. I'm knowledgeable about scaling companies. I'm knowledgeable. That's why I'm talking to you today. I'm knowledgeable about open source, right? I was at Open Source Festival the other day because I was knowledgeable enough to be able to talk about what I talked about. Do you understand what I'm saying? So in any direction somebody drags me now, I'm ready. Tomorrow say, oh, we need somebody that can do this, that can write, you'll find me. I'm a technical writer. Oh, we need somebody that can be a backend developer. Oh my God, I'm a senior Laravel developer. We need somebody that can do open source. I am the high priest of open source. You need somebody that's an investor or that knows something about investment. I've invested in over 20 companies. I'm counting. So what else? What are you looking for that you will not find me? I am here. You know why? Because I have stayed consistently curious and I have always punched consistently above my weight. So let me just finalize and round up because I think my time is over. So finally, I'm just going to tell you, the last thing I'll tell you is stand on the shoulders of giants. That's the last one. Stand on the shoulders of giants. That means lean on the community, right? The only reason why you're here today is because Hot School is a community. Hot School is one of the best communities around. I'm always hearing great things about you guys, right? I'm always seeing on Twitter, I'm always seeing in WhatsApp, I'm always seeing in different channels. Stand on the shoulders of giants. And the easiest way to stand on the shoulders of giants is, you ask yourself, what is that thing that I'm trying to do? What is that thing I'm trying to be the best at, right? Now, who are the people that I know that have done that thing before? Who are the people that are shining in that field? Who are the folks that have done a lot of work? Those are the giants. So how can I stand on their shoulders? It's very easy. The way to stand on their shoulders is go and look for the resources that they have made. Is it articles that they have written? Go ahead and read it. Is it books that they have written? Go ahead and buy it. Is it talks that they've done? Sometimes I consistently, like right now, maybe when I'm done with my work or stuff, I go ahead and I go on YouTube. There's some talks that I've bookmarked, and I go ahead and start listening to them, right? Because I'm looking at the people that I want to be like. Like these people have gone for, these people are very knowledgeable. I want to be like them. So I'll go ahead and read their talks. Like I'll read their books, I'll listen to their talks, I'll watch their talks on YouTube. I'm always following them on Twitter because I want to see what they're tweeting about. Like, is there something new that they've released? What have they found out? What are they curious about? What can I learn from them, right? I follow these people. It feels like I'm stalking them, right? Sometimes if you ask me, what did this person eat in the morning? I can tell you. This person ate ugali. That's how bad my stalking is. They don't even know that I'm stalking them from afar. But because I am always anywhere they are, if they're on LinkedIn, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm following them. If they're on Instagram, I'm following them. If they're on Twitter, I'm following them. I know the books that they've written. I know the talks that they've given. I know the conferences they've been to, right? Because I need to soak up as much knowledge instead of going to find it myself, right? So this is me standing on the shoulders of giants. Like, these are the materials that they've done. Like when you look at some scientists, right? Maybe when you look at Michael Faraday, or you look at people that have invented these things, one thing that has been consistent is that they did not start from scratch, right? They stood on the research papers of what their predecessors have done. So they go through those materials and say, oh, these people have done the research up to this point. You know what? I'm just going to take it and I'm going to continue from this point, right? That means if I draw a straight line from where you start now, from Hot School to where you want to be, somebody that is trying to find it out themselves, right, will probably take 7 years. But somebody that is standing on the shoulders of giants will go from here to being what they want to be in 3 years, in 4 years. And let me tell you right now, we are in the year where it doesn't care how many years you have been a developer. You know, before we used to have, oh, you need to take at least 5 or 6 years to become a senior developer. All of that is gone. Now you can be curious enough, you can stand on the shoulders of giants, and you can go from being somebody that knew nothing about tech to being a senior developer in 3 years. That's where we are operating now. That's the realm in which we are operating. And I need you guys to understand, because I need you to shatter expectations once you're out of Hot School. I need to see your achievements. I need to see the kind of things you're doing and be saying, I spoke at their graduation, and in 3-4 years, these people are shattering expectations and blowing my mind. There's one very funny skit where they say, my brain won't blow, my brain won't blow. That's what I want to be saying in 2 years from now, because of what you guys are capable of doing by then, right? So again, those are the 4 points I have for you today. And I'm really excited again that you guys are graduating, because there are a lot of opportunities out there. Like tech right now is gold. Tech is diamond, right? So you're lucky enough to have ventured into this field, no matter the section you want to do, whether it is back end, front end, QA, you're lucky, right? And like I said on Twitter, the world is your oyster. There are hundreds of opportunities across the world, whether it is in Nigeria or in London or in Kenya, in Portugal, right? I can tell you categorically right now that for the past 1 month, I have not stayed in one place. I've been in London, I've been in Portugal, I've been in Nigeria. I'm going to be in Kenya very soon. I am moving from place to place because opportunities are everywhere. So I'm moving, I'm following it, and people are calling me, right? That is where I want to see people stand. I hope that with these little points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you that there's a lot of opportunity out there and the world is your oyster. Thank you very much. And that'll be the end of my talk. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for listening to me. Oh, I can't really hear you, Tabitha, so I don't know, maybe it's just me. Okay, I can hear Jerry. Okay. Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. Some of you are asking for my handle. My handle is Unicode Developer on Twitter. I don't know, maybe Tabitha can give you guys, but that's my handle on Twitter, Unicode Developer. So I'm very active on. Okay. Oh. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Really, yes, so just
Sorry, can you hear me now? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Jerry. Hello, everyone, and congratulations to all of you. I'm really excited to be here today to speak with you guys. Thank you so much. I can see your messages. So I'm not going to take much of your time. I just want to say thank you and just say a few things. Thank you. So today is a very special day. I mean, we're all gathered to celebrate our passion, our growth, our commitments, our long nights. You know, it finally paid off. And I'm very honored to be the valedictorian of the class of 2023. And I'm sure you're all feeling the way I feel right now, you know, overwhelmed with a lot of emotions. And I mean, I'm just excited that we made it this far. You know, a year ago, we were just dreamers. We just wanted to do something for ourselves. You know, we believed that we could become software engineers. And, you know, we took the first step by enrolling into alt school. And, you know, that dream has become a reality. Today, we're making history because we're not just graduating, but we are graduating as the first set, you know, in alt school Africa, and will forever be remembered for this. And I know that a year flew fast, you know, it flew by fast, and sometimes it might be overwhelming for you to take stock of your progress or how far you've come, or maybe you're in doubt that you've not really made much progress. But if you think back on how we began, like the first assessment we had, remember the first website? I saw mine the other day and I was just laughing. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels this way. Remember the goals that we had to write, like in our bio and all of that. Some of us wanted to just make money, you know, tech money. Some, you know, were just trying out a new career. And for some of us, it was just, you know, to give us a new sense of belonging, like to just get into the tech space. But see how far we've come. And we all had one thing in common. We all believed that we could do this. And because of that, we're here today. And speaking about dreams, I'd like us to take a moment to appreciate the founders of this school, because it is because of this dream, you know, the dream to actually raise software engineers, you know, equip them with high demand skills. It's because of that dream that they had that we're here today. And, you know, they believed they could launch us into this tech space. And they've done that. They've given us the right knowledge, you know, the skills. And in fact, what we're celebrating today is just a testament of their determination, you know, to provide us with the best education, to make sure that we have the best learning environment. And I just want us to appreciate them for this, because without alt school, we would not be here today. And of course, we cannot forget our remarkable teachers, our mentors, the alt school staff, you know, for their tireless dedication and commitment to our education. You know, they did not only impact knowledge, you know, they sort of nurtured our curiosity every step of the way. We started like, most of us started like babies, like we didn't know anything. And today, I mean, we're even arguing about, the right framework to use and all of that. So we have to recognize these people because they believed in us even when we did not believe in ourselves, even when we thought was going to be difficult to get to the finish line. So I really want to appreciate them. First of all, I would like to appreciate Shetemi. Thank you so much for your passion, for teaching us, for the countless hours that you spent explaining over again and again and again. And you never got tired, like even when we're freaking you out, like you kept your cool, you sort of, you were passionate about our knowledge. You were not just teaching us because you had to do it, like we could literally feel the passion in your voice, every single lesson. So I want to say a very big thank you to you, because you ushered us into this tech space. Of course, I have to say thank you to Jerry. Thank you so much. Jerry has he has been like the director, just behind the scenes, working his magic. And sometimes people who are behind the scenes do not get recognized as much. But we're not going to do that to Jerry. We're definitely going to give him his flowers because he has consistently worked to see that we get the best opportunities. So I want to say a very big thank you to Jerry. To Tabby, thank you so much for being there with us all the way. You were encouraging us. You had our back all the way. Your weekly motivations, like every Monday. I remember there was a time every Monday at 11 or 12, I would just log into Slack just to see what Tabby had dropped for the day. So thank you so much because you were unwavering in your support for us. And I can't even imagine how we're going to go into the next phase of our lives without you, without that encouragement. I really hope we'll still get, these weekly motivations from you. You've always encouraged us to do better, to do amazing things, and we want to say thank you. And finally, to the stars of today. Oh, what an incredible journey it has been. From the first day we received our emails, our admission emails, and like me, I had no idea how I was going to do this thing. But look at us, like I'm overwhelmed. I don't even know what to say. I'm just so grateful that we made it this far. And we know that this would have not been possible without, our learning circles, our accountability partners, our friends, the community. And for me, that's the best gift, having a strong community. I know that if I need to get a project done today, I know I have to hit up my guys. I know if I need to do something in, back end, I know who to hit up, in cloud. And all school gave us that platform to have this confidence, to have this community, that'll always be there. So I want to say thank you. Thank you for your commitment to helping one another. We encountered a lot of setbacks. A lot of self-doubt at some point, imposter syndrome, in the second semester, the third semester. But our community, they were our guys, they had our backs. Like even when we felt like we could not go through the next stage, there was always someone there to encourage us. So thank you. And as we graduate today, I just want us to remember that success is not only measured by the result, but by the lessons that we've learned and the personal growth. So I want us to reflect today, even as we're celebrating, but to reflect on the lessons that we've learned, because there are a lot, and these lessons would help us face the next stage of our lives. Let's not relent on our ambitions. It doesn't end here. We have no choice but to go on to do greater things. So thank you very much, All School Africa School of Engineering class of 2023. Congratulations, my fellow graduating students. And let this day be a reminder that our dreams are valid. Thank you very much. Hi, Titi.
Now we are going to be hearing from the team. So you guys all of you are talking about Jerry, Tabby, Deji, Shitsemi, but we have a team, where the magic really happens. The people are working tirelessly to ensure that you guys have a good experience. People that are building out School Africa for you, right? And so the first person I'm going to be inviting on stage, you guys don't know this person at all. None of you knows this person. You don't know him. Yeah. So this is the first time he's going to be seeing you guys, and you guys are going to be seeing him for the first time. He is the director of learning curriculums and experience at All School Africa. Why is he here? He just learning experience at All School Africa. I don't know. I think he has a very huge profile. I really can't introduce him. Maybe he will do us the honors of introducing himself. But guys, help me welcome. I don't know if Jerry has added him on stage. Guys, help me welcome Professor Ademola. He's a professor. Like, guys, professor, like professor, you guys have diploma. He has a doctorate. So I can't even call his name without calling the name doctor. I feel I have to mention doctor before I call him, Yeah. Thank you. Welcome.
All right. Okay. Please don't do that, Charles. Okay. Awesome, guys. I'm super duper excited to be here. Connected from Austin, where Diwali and I live. I appreciate Diwali and the leadership at All School Africa for giving me the opportunity. Yeah, I'm standing. Yeah, because that's what you guys deserve. You guys deserve a standing ovation. All right. So I cannot imagine sitting down addressing you all. Okay. All righty. So I have a little thing that I put together. Like Tabi mentioned, my name is Ademola Kirinla. I'm the Director of Curriculum and Learning Experience here at Alt School. And I have the utmost pleasure to give the first congratulatory speech for this inaugural graduating class of the School of Engineering at Alt School. Woo-hoo! Come on, guys. You all did it. Okay. So we're here today, honestly, because each of you has made history. Earlier this morning, Adewale made a post where he said that, when he was going to start out All School Africa, the little smart people told him it was not possible. Why? Because according to them, Africans cannot spend 1 year learning online. But guess what? Today, you all prove them wrong, right? You all prove them wrong. You prove them wrong because your graduation is a testament of what's possible, when a human spirit is determined, hardworking, and resilient. You all show us what's possible when an individual chooses to consistently show up. You all showed up when it was difficult. You showed up when it was rough. You showed up when it was lonely. You showed up when it was tiring. You showed up when it was discouraging. But you guys kept showing up. Some of you probably overcame, tough problems and seemingly insurmountable challenges just to be here today. Some of you probably borrowed money to buy data, and pay your tuition. Others probably borrowed laptops, while some people probably wrote assessment and examinations at alt school on an empty stomach. But you all are here today, and that is what matters. The tears and pains have finally paid off. As somebody who was born and lived, for more than 25 years in Bariga, I know what it's like to live with lack. I know what it's like to second guess your ability. I know what it's like to feel inadequate, but I didn't settle. I pressed on like you all did. And I have the incredible honor, to tell you, right, that, to have earned both a master's degree and a PhD at two of the best universities in America, from broke and lonely in Bariga to a former professor in America. Now, at alt school, I have the incredible honor to work with the rest of the alt school staff, to help billions of Africans realize their potential and fulfill their dreams. Africans like you, Africans like me. As a graduate, I want to have you to think of something. Don't forget that you all came this far because you didn't settle. So as we chart a new path from here on, I want to encourage you never to settle, no matter how much success you achieve. Why? Because once an alt schooler, forever an alt schooler. And as alt schoolers, we don't settle, no matter how much success we achieve. And this is how we make magic. So I applaud you and celebrate you. All of us at Alt School Africa admire your courage and celebrate you. Go and make magic globally. Thank you. I'm done, Tabby. It's an honor, sir.
Your presence. They can feel it already. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I can say about Adiwadi. The only thing that comes to my mind at first is the man behind the vision, the man behind the dream of All School Africa. If it had not been for for Adiwadi thinking about All School Africa and selling this dream to us, I don't know if all of us would have been here, but he believed in All School Africa, and that is why we are celebrating here today. And I know he's always working tirelessly with the rest of the team, to make sure that we are providing a good experience to you guys, making sure that we are getting internships for you people. I don't know, the list could go on and on, yeah. And he's famous for his word, let's make magic, yeah. So when I tell you guys let's make magic, I stole it from him, because that's what he tells us. Let's make magic, and because you are part of the All School Africa community, we also want you guys to embody our values. So if we are making magic at All School Africa, you guys are also meant to make magic, right? So yeah, someone said he's the magician. Yeah. So I don't know, Jerry. Do you have a few words to say? Before we. Jerry's always showing off. Jerry's always showing off. Okay, drum rolls, guys. Oh yeah, we forgot to mention. Oh, he's the CEO of All School Africa. I know there's a time we asked the CEO, and people are mentioning Rachel, people are mentioning Sultan, and many other funny names, but he's the CEO, guys. He's the CEO.